Electricity initially first appeared in Malaysia in the early 20th century, with the first record of power generation tracing back to a small mining town in Rawang, Selangor. In order to operate a mine, two prominent individuals, Lok Yew and Tambusami Pillai, has installed an electric generator in 1894. They were the first in Malaya to apply electric pumps for mining, thus has started the great beginning of Malaysia electricity history. Rawang Town has received private supply for street lighting purpose in the same year, and the next year, 1895, the railway station in Kuala Lumpur received their first electrical supply. After that, the Rough Australian Coal Mining Company built the Sempam hydroelectric power station in Rau, which has become Malaysia's first power station. For the background, Tenaga Nasional Berhad (TNB) is Malaysia's largest electricity provider and the lead utility company in Asia. The company has about 87 billion ringgit in assets that are listed on the main board of Bursa Malaysia and has more than 33,500 workers serving an estimated 8.3 million consumers in Peninsular Malaysia, Sabah and Labuan. The generation, transmission, and distribution of electricity are TNB main businesses. The national grid, which connects TNB power stations and IPP to the distribution network, is slightly managed and operated by the company. TNB also has other businesses besides its primary business. They also engage in research and development, property development, and marketing services. Additionally, TNB is making a route into emerging by seizing on the possibilities available overseas. TNB created the foundation Yayasan Tenaga Nasional YTN, which has been founded in 1993. Education via scholarship and better health for all are two of its many effective social outreach programs. TNB is Malaysia's monopoly power company, and its vision is to be among the leading corporations in energy and related business globally. They do not seek to just develop their business in Malaysia, but also on a global scale. They created a 20-year strategic plan just to support their vision, with the ultimate goal of being a world-class player by the year 2025. TNB also has a mission that they want to accomplish, which is to be devoted in providing quality goods and services, and they have emphasized a little value in their organization to succeed this mission. Now we will talk about SWOT analysis. First range, TNB Rural Electrification Program show their originality and demonstrate the company's range in tackling a societal problem in terms of fulfilling basic necessities such as electricity supply in rural parts. TNB is also considered as a world-class organization since the idea is very refined and is being implemented by many industrialized countries, including those in the Middle East. As for the weakness, Tnp Drawback in the rural electrification program is that it takes a long time to complete the project. TNB also has difficulty in supplying ongoing maintenance to the power plant, as the maintenance staff is located far from rural areas, which causing them to have an issue in installing hydropower in rural area. For opportunity, TNB can create some permanent jobs through its rural electrification program by creating job possibilities in the rural area. Furthermore, there are opportunities for technology transfer to local plant component manufacturers, particularly indigenous Bumiputra. This will assist Bumiputra manufacturers to improve their competitiveness and capabilities. The last one is trade. Lightning activity has posed a threat to the TNB Rural Electrification Program. It is because Malaysia has the world's highest lightning frequency, which as a result, lightning strike can harm the electric components, especially in hybrid system, and it will result in a massive cost to repair back the damage that has occurred.
Product Services. TNB was founded in 1957 in the Energy Ventures Department of TNB. You will find all of Tenaga Nasional Berhad Energy subsidiaries. TNB Fuel, TNB Energy Services, Ramaco, and TNB Engineering Corporation are all energy enterprises that operate in the United States and Canada. Main concentration is on power plants, including steams and gas boilers, generators, and hydro turbine. TNB is one of the few companies in Malaysia that specializes in the repair and maintenance of energy-related industrial equipment. Energy Ventures division of TNB owns 100% of TNB Fuel, which is a wholly owned subsidiary. This company's principal business is supplying fuel and coal to TNB generation. TNB Energy Services Sdn Berhad is wholly owned TNB subsidiary that specializes in the provision of services for renewable energy project consultation, development, operation and maintenance, as well as environmentally friendly energy solution. Following that, solutions and services such as solar hybrid system, solar farm, building integrated photovoltaic system, mini hydro system, biomass and biogas are supplied. Market size. TNB is Malaysia's national power business and the country's leading electric utility with a market share of around 1/3 of the country's entire market. It holds around 60% of all generation assets in Peninsular Malaysia and approximately 55% of all generation assets in Malaysia overall. According to the company, TNB has been providing services to industrial, commercial and residential customers in Malaysia for more than 7 decades. TNB subscribers number 10.08 million in Peninsular Malaysia and Sabah according to the TNB company report. The Sarawak Electricity Supply Corporation and Sabah Electricity Sdn Berhad are responsible for supplying electricity to users Sarawak and Sabah. The Energy Commission, which answers to the Ministry of Energy, Water and Telecommunication, is in charge of regulating the industry. TNB was privatized as a vertically integrated power utility. The government opted to establish competition in the power producing industry for a variety of reasons. Tenaga Nasional Berhad industrial customers are involved in the production of goods and the provision of services. Market share for the financial ended in report Tenaga Nasional Berhad increase in group profit after tax of 18.7% to RM4.45 billion compared to the corresponding period in the previous year. Tenaga Nasional Berhad reported an increase in group profit after tax to RM4.45 billion for the financial year ended in the report. The group sales of electricity climbed by 3.5% in the reporting year to RM49.02 billion, up from RM47.36 billion in the previous year. In terms of gigawatt hours, energy sales increased by 2.7%, which was in line with the 2.7% increase in demand in Peninsular Malaysia during that period. Tenaga Nasional Berhad Overseas Operation, which is the company's president, stated that the turnaround of assets in Turkey and India has resulted in the resumption of profitable contribution from the associates. A restructuring from TNB of the company is now underway, with the primary focus being on the asset monetization of TNB's Indian asset following impairments taken out on the asset in previous year. In the fourth quarter, there was no more impairment for GMR. Tenaga Nasional Berhad interests in the United Kingdom include two renewable energy firms, which is Vortex Solar, which is owned at 50% stake in, and Tenaga Wind Ventures, which has 25% stake in, 80% stake. Tenaga Nasional Berhad had secured the consent of its shareholders to embark on an internal reorganization that would see the division of its primary businesses of retail and generating into newly formed subsidiary firms. Tenaga Nasional Berhad is also transferring its retail asset to TNB Retail Sdn Berhad, which will take over from TNB Retail Sdn Berhad. The TNB Board of Directors has approved a final single-tier dividend of 20 cents per share, bringing the total single-tier dividend for the financial year in the previous year to 50 cents per share. Competition. Tenaga Nasional Berhad (TNB) lost its monopoly in the generation of electric power when the government awarded the Independent Power Producers (IPP) a license to operate in the energy generation market. The barriers to entry into the electrical power industry are also high, owing to the fact that any newcomer will need to make a major capital investment in research and development, technology and marketing in order to compete with current enterprises in the field. Tenaga Nasional Berhad (TNB) now owns 6 thermal power plants and 3 substantial hydroelectric power facilities in Peninsular Malaysia as of 2011. TNB has also reduced transmission loss by as much as 2.8% since 2011 thanks to the introduction of low-cost conductors. TNB provides end-to-end services that include power plant repair and maintenance, as well as the assembly and manufacturing of high-voltage switchgear, among other things. Tenaga Nasional Berhad (TNB), a power supplier that enjoys a monopoly on power distribution throughout Peninsular Malaysia, is majority owned by Malaysian government, which represented by the Ministry of Finance. Tenaga Nasional Berhad dominance in the power supply industry. The trade-off replacement remains strong enough to overcome TNB dominance is the power supply industry, which is supported by transmission and distribution of equipment from foreign enormous companies such as ABB, Siemens and Samsung, among others. Market positioning. The marketing positioning of Tenaga Nasional Berhad is based on product consumption and application. A market positioning strategy utilized by TNB to tie their product service with a certain purpose. In this case, power supply is known as product usage and application. Tenaga Nasional Berhad is the only electric utility business in Peninsular Malaysia and the largest publicly traded power supplier in Southeast Asia. The company appears to be well liked by Malaysians. The company provides a somewhat reliable energy supply service throughout Peninsular Malaysia, which has raised the company's profile among the general public. As the most important component of Tenaga Nasional Berhad electricity production, the generation division is responsible for the operation and maintenance of the company's portfolio of power generating assets in Peninsular Malaysia, which include thermal generation facilities and significant hydro generation projects. The grid division is responsible for connecting the electricity generated by Tenaga Nasional Berhad Independent Power Producers (IPP) in Peninsular Malaysia to distribution division infrastructure. The distribution network division, on the other hand, is responsible for the asset life cycle of the nation's distribution electrical supply system to end users, ensuring a continuous supply of electricity to businesses and houses throughout the country. The Customer Satisfaction Index (CSI) for Tenaga Nasional Berhad was 8.1, indicating that the company was successful in changing consumer perception of their product and services.
I will present about the analysis on TNB company. How the TNB manage the marketing in global perspective. Global marketing is defined as the process of adjusting the marketing strategy of our company to adapt to the condition of other countries. In other words, a strategy business pursue when they wish to expand internationally. The process of planning how business or product can be successfully around the world. Tenaga Nasional Berhad (TNB) is the one of electrical supply company that aim to build out their business at global perspective. There are several steps to market their service. First, product or service. Tenaga Nasional Berhad company's case cover the product appropriate for various industries. TNB has product for the energy, aerospace, aviation, healthcare, electric lighting, oil and gas and transportation industry, and their corresponding target market. Next, place. The venue where transaction between TNB and its target market occur. This case, TNB strategic management adjusts to the different characteristics of various locations in the global market. For example, the company's marketing approach for distribution must consider the characteristics of the electric lighting market in the South Asia, Southeast Asia, and Middle East. The last is promotion. For promotion, TNB case data tactics prioritize direct marketing, which is typical in many of the various industries where the business operates. For example, the firms in the digital hardware equipment market use direct marketing as a main promotional tactic. Benefits and compensation plan. Compensation and benefits refer to the compensation of salary and other monetary and non-monetary benefits passed on by a firm to their employees. Compensation and benefits is an important aspect of HRM as it helps to keep the workforce motivated. TNB is the one of the company that implement benefits and compensation plan into their business. TNB hire people individual to achieve their organizational goal, and people join company to earn money and build their career. One of the biggest factors why people join companies in the compensation and benefits, salary, perks, incentive, and of the compensation and benefits of TNB companies such as fixed pay. Fixed pay is the basic salary plus other fixed component paid to the employee irrespective of any factor. This is stated clearly in the employment contract. This is the compensation or salary or wage which an employee or a worker will definitely get as long as he or she is an employee of the company. The fixed pay that given by TNB to their employee is different based on their role in TNB company. The figures show the position and role of TNB employees are different based on their price raise or wage fixed pay. Next, for the benefits. First, competitive benefits package. A competitive pay package is inclusive of the salary and fringe benefits that a company offers to their employees. The competitive benefit package that TNB offers to their employees is healthcare and insurance that include short-term disability, long-term disability, dental insurance, vision insurance, life insurance, and paid sick leave. Next, childcare facilities and nurseries. TNB as one of corporate entity had officially established their Taska TNB in 1996. Before this, the existing childcare centers were managed separately by two of the organization employee association, Persatuan Wanita Tenaga Nasional Pelita Wanis and Persatuan Kebajikan Pekerja Islam PKPI. Next, housing accommodation and quarters for employees. TNB provide housing accommodation and quarters for their employees as one of their benefits that they provide. To make loans to persons employed by it, including in particular loans to assist them to acquire house accommodation, means of transport, rent, electrical appliance, and to guarantee loans. Next, counseling service. A counseling service unit was set up in September 2004 with the objective of enhancing employees' mental health and emotional well-being. The service includes stress management, therapy for depression and anxiety, conflict management, and substance abuse counseling. TNB also provides sport and recreational facilities. TNB's tradition of promoting sport and fitness as tools for strengthening their workers' mind, body, and spirit. TNB has 65 top-class gyms all over the country with qualified in-house gym trainers. TNB also provides futsal court, badminton court, and a swimming pool at its campus in University Tenaga Nasional Uniten. Career and development opportunities. Career development opportunities are those that allow individuals to reach new levels of professionalism through areas like networking, continuing education, or skill advancement. TNB strives to create a high-impact learning culture that recognizes the value of learning and provide employees with extensive opportunity for career growth. For the measuring and evaluating the sales performance of TNB. Sales performance is the effectiveness of the sales team both individually and as a whole in selling activities, the abilities to achieve sales goals. Every year, Tenaga Nasional Berhad TNB will update their sales performance through annual report. The report is typically issued to shareholders and stakeholders who use it to evaluate the firm's financial and sales performance and to make the investment decision. Because of the pandemic, electricity sales in Peninsular Malaysia fell by 4.9% in 2020. This hurt TNB's revenue. People who work for TNB were also affected and their profit after tax went down by 18.6%. Last but not least, in 2021, TNB Group's revenue fell by 30.7% year-over-year to RM47.6 billion from RM41.22 billion because of the group in electricity sales and lower CPI adjustment because of lower fuel price. The table is showed the sales performance of TNB for the years 2018, 2019, 2020 and 2021. For the years 2018, TNB sale is RM50.39 billion. This sale for 2018 is increasing due to demand of higher electricity which peaked in August 2018. The demand for the year continued its positive momentum in 2018. TNB continued to grow and perform well in 2019 with a huge 18.7% rise in profit after tax. This better performance by TNB's international business, which are benefiting from turnaround program for the year 2018, TNB has paid out the most paid dividend thanks to the efficient operation and smart capital management. As conclusion, TNB used a lot of its resources this year to deal with the problem caused by the pandemics, but it didn't forget about the customers' existing outreach program, which is tried to improve the life of the poor and the marginalized. TNB thinks that social equity is important not because it's what we should do, but because we think it's the right thing to do. Many of our efforts are aimed at giving low-income students the chance a good education because education is the key to social mobility.
Conclusion. Tenaga Nasional Berhad (TNB) was founded on September 1, 1990 when Prime Minister Tok Seri Dr. Mahathir bin Mohamad was successful in declaring TNB as NEB heir and successor. After that, the company has been proclaimed to be a private company which was fully owned by the government. TNB is Malaysia's largest energy provider and Asia's largest utility. The company has roughly RM87 billion in assets enlisted on Bursa Malaysia main board and employs more than 33,500 people who serve an estimated 8.3 million customers. The company even provides a benefit and compensation such as childcare facilities, nurseries, housing accommodation, quarters for employees, counseling services, sport and recreational facilities, and career and development opportunities for their employees. Through its foundation, Yayasan Tenaga Nasional (UITN), which was created in 1993, the corporation does many CSR programs that benefit the poor, scholarship for education and better health for all or two of the organization many outstanding social outreach activities. The vision of the company is to be among the leading corporation in energy and related business globally. To support this vision, the company has devised a 20-year strategic plan with the ultimate objective of becoming a global powerhouse by 2025. Furthermore, TNB mission are committed to customer satisfaction at all through excellence in our product and services. The company put the customer first by identifying and meeting their needs to be the best of their abilities, as well as sustaining a customer loyalty by analyzing their needs on a regular basis. The company provides products such as energy, aerospace, aviation, healthcare, electric lighting, oil and gas, and transportation industry, and many other products according to their corresponding target market. According to the company, it's owned around 60% of all generation asset in Peninsular Malaysia and approximately 55% of all generation asset in Malaysia overall. For more than 7 decades, TNB has provided services to industrial, commercial, and residential customers throughout Malaysia. In addition, according to the TNB annual report, the company's sales are RM47.6 billion in the year 2021, which fell by 13.7% from the year 2020. However, TNB is expecting to recovering in the year 2022. As a result, despite being the most successful electrical provider in Malaysia, TNB still need to be aware of their opportunities and weaknesses in order to generate more sales for the company and be aware of risks that may affect the business. Recommendation: SWOT analysis, which stands for strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, is a framework for evaluating a business. It is a tool that can help a company to analyze the 4 major elements in the business internally and externally. Discovering the company SWOT can help the company to have strategy which can help TNB to perform even better in the market. Identifying the strength and weakness of the company can help them to recognize what the business do well in and what they are lacking. Analyzing the SWOT analysis will help the TNB to identify their opportunities which can help in creating an opening in the market. TNB should utilize the SWOT analysis into their advantage because they can devise a plan carefully after knowing their 4 major elements. As an example, if TNB discover a threat that may affect their business revenue, the company can be prepared and take a proper action to avoid the risk from having an influence in their business. Other than that, in 21st century, online banking is undoubtedly one of most usable payment method there is. Nowadays, people rarely bring any cash with them. This is because the bank application itself, such as Do It Now, QR Pay, and many more. Debit and credit card payment is also one of the most payment method compared to payment made by cash itself. Even small and mid-sized enterprise SME QR code to receive money for their services or products. TNB has an application where it's called My TNB. In the application, client can make their bill payment, check their bills, learn about electricity usage, and many more. However, many people do not know about the application and tend to pay their bills traditionally, which require people to go to TNB kiosk or Post Malaysia. To ease the burden of their customer, it is required that the company create a marketing strategy to promote the application and let more consumer knows about it. This will not only ease the burden of their consumer, but it also help the company to gain customer satisfaction, which will also lead to having loyal customers. Lastly, appliances services should be performed frequently to avoid disturbance in electric supply. Many cases of disruption in the power supply have been recorded throughout the year in Malaysia. As an example, according to Ashraf Muhammad, a disturbance of power supply due to disrupt cable in Taman Mulia has been happening weekly according to residents. The case has been going on for 2 months and has been disrupting the resident daily activities. In addition, no action has been taken by the company to solve the issue. Therefore, TNB should frequently perform appliances services to avoid this kind of problem that may harm the company reputation. Servicing the appliances can also help to achieve customer satisfaction, which will benefit the company. TNB should also take necessary action on complaints submitted by their client and avoid delaying the problem in hand. That's all from us. Thank you.